everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the Fake Bake Flawless Darker Self Tanner. I know I review self tanners all the time and I personally love trying them out. I'm always looking for the next greatest thing when it comes to self tanner because self tanner can be a pain, and if you don't have a good quality self tanner, your tan can just look awful. So I've tried quite a few and some of the biggest brands out there as far as self tanners, so I feel like I kind of have like a good perspective now on which ones are the best, and I have finally found my all-time favorite self tanner. And I'm sure I have said that before, but this one, it definitely beats all the other ones that I've tried before. That's why I've been so excited to share with you guys this review, because I know you guys are going to like it, and it is affordable too, because a lot of people always ask me what's the best drugstore self tanner, and I haven't found any at the drugstore that work as good as this, but this one is a little bit lower priced, but it's still a higher end self tanner, so that's what's really awesome about it. So like I said, this is the Fake Bake Flawless Darker Self Tanning Liquid, and it comes with an application mitt. This one came directly from the Fake Bake website, but you can also get it off of Ulta. You can find it on Amazon. It's only about $15 on Amazon, which is crazy for a self tanner that actually lasts you this long. I think it's like $29 on Ulta's website and on the Fake Bake website. So there's quite a bit of a price difference. I'll have a link below on where you can purchase it if you're interested. But basically, this is a spray self-tanner. It's not like a lotion like I'm typically used to, so I was a little bit skeptical because I've never tried that before, but I absolutely love the spray formula. So it's very thin, it's streak-free, gives you a really nice dark deep brown color, and I have before and after pictures that I'm going to show you all just so you can see the different applications. I have the before picture of what my skin looks like, totally white, and then I have after one coat and then after two coats. I've done as many as 3 coats with this and I got super dark, so it's definitely buildable. I feel like if you have really pale skin, you could get away with just using a thin layer of this. Because you can definitely get that more sheared out if you use less product and it's not so dark to where it looks scary on your skin tone if you're super fair. Or you can build it up and get a really deep dark tan, which is what I like to do, of course. So right now I'm wearing 2 layers of the self tanner. I've had this on for probably about 4 or 5 days now, and my tan looks really great still. It starts to gradually fade over time, so it tends to last about a week, but I would say about 5 days is when it looks really good, and then after like the 6th and the 7th day, you can definitely tell that it's starting to come off, so that's when I like to do the whole process over again. I have a whole video that I did on how to apply self tanner that was actually using a different self tanner, but you could still use the same tips and techniques as far as how to prepare your skin, my whole routine that I do, so I'll link that for you guys in the description box below. But just real quickly, I will go over that you want to exfoliate really well first. I like using an exfoliating mesh cloth that I get from Walmart. I talk all about that in that video. I've shown it to you guys before. It was in my favorite body care products, so I'll link that video below as well. But you want to exfoliate your skin really well. I don't like using just an exfoliating scrub. I feel like it doesn't do as well, so I like using that mesh washcloth. It just buffs over the skin perfectly and it will remove any old self tanner like a charm. So that's my go-to for that. And so I do that in the shower and I shave and everything before I apply the self tanner, because I feel like when you shave it might take some of it off, so I always do that first. And then I will apply just 1 layer at night. And since this comes with an application mitt, I've never used a mitt before, so I was kind of leery about trying this because I was like, how is this going to cover my whole body evenly? But the mitt makes the biggest difference. It's really soft. Mine's kind of worn because I've used it, but I've washed this a few times and it washes up really well. But this is like a really soft velvety material, so it just glides over your skin. It blends out the spray formula just perfectly to where you don't get any streaks. And you can still see where you're applying it because this self tanner does have a color guard, so when you spray it, it comes out brown. You could spray it directly to your skin and then blend it in really quick with this, or what I do is I just spray it right on the mitt and get that mitt saturated, and then I just use that to go around my legs and my arms and everything. But I do find that I probably use more when I spray it directly on there, so if you want an even darker application and where you probably use less product, I would spray it directly on your skin. Just make sure you blend it out really quick so you don't end up with like brown splotches where you sprayed it. You want to work really fast. This does dry super fast too, which is a good thing for me. It's actually a good thing for me because I usually go straight to bed after I apply this, so I don't want to have to sit and wait for it to dry. You don't really feel sticky or anything, maybe when you first put it on, but then it just dries and soaks into your skin really well because it is a liquid. But like I said, the mitt just blends it out flawlessly. I don't have any streaks. I don't feel like I have to sit and rub my skin until it's raw. It just like smooths over and it's gone. Like it just blends in perfectly. It's just amazing. It's the easiest application I've ever tried with a self tanner. If you feel like you're a beginner and you have a hard time getting self tanner on right, or if you're kind of scared on how to apply it, this is just foolproof. It's so easy and it just blends out perfectly that you'll get a flawless application. And it also comes with these black gloves, which you want to wear underneath the mitt because the tanner can soak through here and it can end up on your fingertips. So I always wear the gloves and I just put the mitt on over top. I also really like the mitt because you can reach your back perfect with this. So I just reach around like that and get the bottom, and then I also do like this and I push my elbow down to get the top part, and then I flip it around and I spray it on the back of my hand, so then I can reach around like this and get the middle of my back. People always ask me that, so I thought I would quickly go over it, but the mitt makes it so much easier to get my back. The mitt also makes it easier to get my hands too, because since it does soak up some of that tanner, there is a little bit left when you're done. So that's the perfect amount to use on your hands and feet, because you're just blending what's left over. You're not like actually applying more to your hands or more to your feet, because you don't want those areas to get too dark and end up looking darker than the rest of your body, because they tend to absorb it more since they're drier. So there's always like the perfect amount left on this just to go over my hand. And I also don't have to worry about how I'm going to do the other hand with the glove on and all that with the mitt. It's so much easier. I just switch it over and then I do the other hand. It's just so easy and quick. And it also blends over your feet really well. I don't have any of those weird dark splotches on my toes or anything like that, or my ankles. It just looks so flawless. Like, I couldn't say that enough. And that's what the title actually says, so I definitely believe that. It's the most flawless and even self-tanner that I've ever used. So I apply it one coat, and then I usually wait like a few minutes without wearing anything just for it to totally dry, and then I just wear like a loose t-shirt to bed. This does transfer a little bit onto my sheets because it does have that color guard, especially if you sweat or anything at night. So what I like to do is I just take an old sheet that I don't really care about. I put it down where I'm going to be sleeping on my bed, and then I just use that every time I self-tan, and it doesn't get on my night sheets. But it does wash out, which is great because it'll wash right out. Like, you don't have to worry about it staining. You can just tell a little bit of brownness on there where you were sleeping. But it's not really a big deal to me because I love it so much. The other flaw I feel like with this is the way that it wears off. It actually lasts a really long time, and it stays dark through the whole duration of when you're wearing it. But I don't know if it was because I had a sunburn or not, but the other day I had it on for like a week and it was still really dark. I just like wiped down my arm with a towel and it started to peel off right here, but I also had a sunburn there, so I don't know if I was peeling from that. But I just like went down my arm and I saw where it started to like peel off my skin. Not peel off, but it was like I could have rubbed it and it would have just come off, because it definitely needed to come off by then. It had been like 7 or 8 days, something like that. And I'm used to tanners just fading and then they just fade away almost, and then you just buff off the rest. But this one I feel like it was still so dark to where when it started to come off I could see my white skin underneath. So when it started to come off I needed to take it all off. Like, I felt like I couldn't still go out like that. So I don't know if it was just because of my sunburn on my arms or what. This is my third round of wearing it for a week, so I will definitely let you guys know like how it fades for me this week, because I did 2 coats this time and not 3. So I don't know if maybe it's the more coats you use and the darker it is, it's more noticeable when it's fading, because it's the more of a difference between your skin tone and the dark self-tanner. So I don't know, there's always something with every tanner, but I still feel like it lasts a really long time, and it definitely stays dark. Like, it doesn't really fade in color that much throughout the week, I don't notice. And overall, I mean, it fades pretty evenly overall. Like, I don't have any problems with my elbows like I usually do on the inside. They still look really good. My skin's not dry or anything. I always use a lotion every single day with a self-tanner to make it last longer. I use the Aveeno Just Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I love that lotion. It keeps your skin really hydrated because this is a liquid, so I feel like your skin might get a little bit dry with a liquid. It's not like a lotion self-tanner, and plus you want your tan to last longer, so you definitely want to be moisturizing every single day. So the order that you do the self-tan, and people ask me this all the time, and I explain this in that how to apply self-tanner video. You exfoliate, you apply a layer of the self-tanner, you wake up and wash it off the next morning because you want to wash off that color guard. Then you apply your regular body lotion. And then the next night, if you want to do another layer, you do not exfoliate. You don't want to remove that self-tanner that you just applied the night before. So you don't exfoliate, you just apply a second layer, and then the next morning shower it off and then apply your body lotion again. So you're applying body lotion in the morning and then the self-tanner at night when you're trying to do more layers, so if that makes sense. So you only exfoliate once a week when you want to remove the tanner and prepare your skin for the next round of self-tan, if that makes sense. Because people always ask me if I exfoliate in between days or in between coats. I don't. You don't want to take off what you just did the night before. This self-tanner also does not stink. It doesn't stink in the bottle. It also doesn't stink on my skin. It has like a tropical scent to it. It's really nice. It's also paraben free, so there's no crazy chemicals in it that you have to worry about. It's natural. I also keep mine in the refrigerator. That is supposed to improve its shelf life. I've had mine, like I said, I got quite a few uses out of this. I probably have half of it left, so I feel like it would last a long time. So that is everything. If there's anything I forgot to mention, I will definitely have that on my blog, so I'm going to have like a write-up review on this on my blog, and I'll also have those before and after pictures on my blog if you're interested. Definitely check out like the difference in my skin tone, because I am pretty fair. I have pretty light skin without self-tanner, and so you can see the differences. And like I said before, I will have the link to where you can purchase it. It'll be the first link in the description box below, and then I'll have my blog down there for the pictures and everything. Oh, I also wanted to mention they do have other versions of this. They have a regular flawless one. It's not the darker, it's just the regular flawless. And they have a bunch of other versions. I just wanted to try the darker one because I like my tan to be really dark. Oh, and I also used this on my face. It did great on my face. I just mixed it with my moisturizer. I sprayed a little bit in my hand, rubbed it together with my regular daily face moisturizer, and I put it on. And my face looked so flawless. I didn't have any weird splotchiness going on my face, so that was awesome. Oh, and if you have any problems with dry areas like on your hands or your knees or anything, I like to put a little bit of my body lotion on that first just to act as a barrier. But I do have a video on how to self-tan tricky areas, so that's like your hands and your feet and your elbows and everything. I'll link that for you guys down below if you're interested in watching that. And all my other self-tanner videos, because I have a lot of informative ones on the basics on how to apply it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I post on Wednesday and Saturday, so subscribe so you don't miss out on one. If you're already subscribed, thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone. I am going to share with you some ways on to reduce the appearance of cellulite, but I'm also going to explain why we have it and why it's most common in women and everything. So I am someone who has a little bit bigger thighs.